It is possible to open unlimited picks and packs in FC24, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. It's pretty straightforward. You're never going to need to buy stuff again in this game. If you want to open unlimited picks and packs, there's a few things you can do if your club is completely empty. Otherwise, it's very straightforward. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is if your club is completely empty and you're like, oh my god, I have literally nothing, I physically cannot start this method, then stupidly easy thing for you to do, go and do these daily bronze, silver, golds, because these will give you, for 3 non-rare bronze cards, you get yourself 30 plus bronze cards. Same with the silvers, 3 non-rare silvers, you get yourself 30 plus non-rare silvers. And then for some bronze and silver teams, you can get yourself 11 gold players, and you can do this 10 times a day now and get yourself over 100 cards, gold cards that will just go straight into this method for you. And if you're sitting there like, oh, I don't have any bronze or silver cards, play a couple of games and then get these done. It really is stupidly easy to get done. You've also, if you haven't finished off like the daily login stuff, the daily play stuff, you're getting packs and things for all of those as well. You will get things to start this method off, guaranteed. Once you have some players in the club, there are 2 things you want to pay attention to. Now, if you have a lot of like low rated gold fodder, then the first SBC you're going to go do are these 82 plus player picks. However, if you don't have lots of low fodder, but you have anything from 85 to 89, then the exchange tab is your new best friend. Very simply, if you have anyone that is 85 to 89, you want to whack them into the corresponding SBC. Now, if your main thought and process here is that you want to get more SBCs and picks and packs opened, then I'd be like willing to say put 90s and maybe 91s into these. Personally, anything I get that's above an 89, I put into like player SBCs, but that's personal preference. But just as an example for you, this 89 rated exchange, for example, what you want to do is you want to get yourself an 89 rated card. Now, obviously, it could be a special card, it could be a gold card with all of the special cards and stuff out in packs as well. Don't forget when you're searching your club to find this high rated fodder that you can put those cards into this as well, because I keep forgetting, you know, I've got these FUT birthday cards and I've got these, you know, radioactive cards and stuff, and all these promo cards that I forget I can put into these as well. I keep forgetting that they also fit these. But right there, I got myself a 51 player pack just for putting in an 89 that I got myself in one of those 82 plus player picks. So then this method is going to start one of 2 ways for you. You're either going to start opening up the exchange packs you've got and get yourself the low rated fodder, or you're going to open up your player picks and hope to get yourself some walkouts and high rated exchange fodder. So the way I started this, obviously because I had an 89 in my club, I've got myself, as you can see, I've got myself quite a few of these kind of packs and stuff at the moment. So I'll open up the 51 player pack that we just put the Diaz into, and we do get ourselves a special card back. It's an English right back that plays for Man City, so it's going to be Bob, no, not Bob, wrong youngster, Lewis, an 88 Lewis. So right there, straight back from that 89 pack, I've got myself an 88 that can go into the 89 exchange. So that's another 27 players that I can get in another pack. Now, obviously, I have got a plethora of duplicates here, including an 85 Mendy as well. So if, again, your main priority is getting more picks and packs opened, then go ahead and whack the Lewis into an 88, whack the Mendy into an 85, and then all of these guys here would be my priority putting into player picks. So what I'm going to go do is very quickly submit all of those into some of those other SBCs. So just to sort of show you this first little bit, it is very straightforward, and if you know how to do SBCs, then this is very obvious for a lot of people. But again, I would be keeping Mendy for the inform picks, but just for the sake of this video and showing you the method sort of to its fullest extent, that is why I'm going to put him into that there. But again, from that 51 player pack, I've gained myself another 32 players from 2 more exchanges. So just to, if that doesn't make sense to you, obviously, it's a 7 player pack actually for the 85 rated, right? Not a 5 player pack. It is a 7 player pack. So actually a 34 players I've got back there. So a 27 player pack and a 7 player pack that I've just gained from those 2 walkouts or those 2 exchange level players. And I've got all of those back just from that one 51 players pack. Now, obviously, you can use things like Pale Tools, or you can use the squad builder stuff to make this a little bit quicker for you. But because I'm getting rid of duplicates, I do tend to just do them normally, purely because for me, it's a little bit easier to make sure I remember sort of which dupes and stuff that I need to put in. It's nice now with these 82 plus player picks. I feel like these do pay out a little bit better than the 81s that I found so far. And also only needing 2 rares is quite helpful. I tend to run out of non-rares first, but that's just because I open quite a hefty amount of things. So I've got Mitrovic, Timu, Van Uijk, and Stefanovic to put into the other picks. So I'm going to go put those guys into 2 more player picks, and I'll see you guys as soon as that's done. Okay, so I've put those players into these player picks. Now, what I would say, personally, what I find slightly more beneficial is make sort of almost as many player picks as you can in one go, or of course you can kind of wait till you can make a certain number that suits you. So I find making 10 or so is quite helpful, just because it clears a lot of your non-rares, so you're less likely to get duped over and over again, and it clears a lot of your low rated rare golds as well. But if you're sort of just starting this out and you don't have lots of fodder in the club just yet, I would say any time and any chance you get to make and open an exchange pack is helpful, just because it's going to send more stuff into your club and make more things. So obviously these are 8 players per pick, so this here has cost me 24 players, which essentially is half of the big 51 player pack that I opened, but I already got 34 players back from that. So these three players here essentially were free based on the player picks, the player packs that I got back from the exchanges and the high rated players that I got in that exchange. Now obviously what we're hoping for here are more walkouts, which is exactly what we just got in Mappy Leon. So that 51 player pack is more than free right now. Now, I'm going to say it here and now, that is an exaggerated example of this paying back. We do get another walkout there, so that's another exchange, an 87 exchange this time, so another 19 players, and then we get ourselves an 85, which is another 7 players as well. So this is a bit of an exaggerated example. I can't guarantee to you guys that every single 82 pack is going to give you an exchange rated player, but this is an example to show you how good this method can be. Like I say, don't expect it with every single one, but hopefully we can carry on showing that this method will really give you the infinite packs and picks, as I said in the intro. But again, another example here. So bearing in mind, we have still submitted 1 exchange pack that we've actually opened. So all of this is from 1 single 51 player pack. And we've managed to make another 5 exchanges, including another 51 player pack. So it's basically everything so far has just been boosting more fodder into the club, more player picks that can be made. And the player picks, I find, as that example did kind of really very generously show us, are where the fodder and the walkouts and the special cards will be. The exchanges are basically ways for you to justify making more player picks. That's kind of the way to look at it, in my opinion. But it is super simple, and it really is down to you open the picks and packs and submit the players and what have you that you're comfortable and that you want to submit. So for me, again, 85s are more beneficial in the inform picks than they are in the exchanges. But if your main focus is opening as many picks and packs as possible, then putting them into these little 7-player exchanges are going to be what's most beneficial for you. And if I get a duplicate here, as when it opens, there we go, and we get 2 walkouts in that one as well. Holy, okay. Yes, this method does work. Yes, this is a bit of an exaggerated example. We have been very lucky with what we have had so far. That is actually ridiculous what we've had so far. Absolutely mental. But Bethmead and Schuler give us another 2 walkouts. Gives us another, 30 players to put into more player picks. Absolutely unreal. But this kind of is exactly what the method is, and it kind of is opening picks and packs until you get lucky. I mean, realistically, that is pack luck, isn't it? It's opening enough picks and packs that eventually what you get is justifiable, and like it's, you know, it all works out. And this method is a really easy way to make that method work for you instead of you having to work to get the fodder. So there we go. That's a bit more of a realistic example, getting Blundell in there as an 83. But yeah, these exchanges into player picks are, it's not even like a cheat code. It's just a really easy method to follow that will give you unlimited picks and packs. It really just is that simple. Again, if I was being a little bit more sit and make a bunch of player picks in one go, I'd be having far less duplicates. Which is why it's a slightly slower process for me. But what I would always say to you genuinely is, once you start getting duplicates normally, go and like send all of your like low rated fodder into these picks. Just sort of, it's a bit of a club reset with all your fodder and all your duplicates and any chance you have of basically slowing the method down. One thing I would say, a lot of people are doing this on repeat, on rinse recycle kind of vibes, and they do get themselves soft SBC ban. Now, for those who don't know what that means, it means for a short period of time, and it can be anywhere from like sort of 30 minutes, even up to some people get it for like 12 hours. That you can't complete SBCs, which can be a real pain, and it can obviously be a bit of a pain in the backside to then have to deal with and sort of sit there and think, well, now what do I do? If you are on next gen, if you're on like PS5 or the newer Xbox, what a lot of people say fixes it is coming out of Ultimate Team, closing the next gen version of the game, loading up the old gen version of the game, and then opening completing an SBC there, and it resets it for you, so you should be good to go back on your main generation of game. But what I will say to you is, what I tend to do is I'll sit and make SBCs and do stuff for like half an hour, and then I'll play a game, or I'll break it up and do something a little bit different, just so I don't get myself SBC banned. I just find that's helpful. But in this one here, we get ourselves another 2 exchanges with an Erdegaard and a Zinsberger. So that is another 19 player pack and another 7 player pack. And again, all of this so far is still technically from the single 51 player pack, because these are all players that I have got from these other packs and have submitted from that one pack. So this is so far all well within that one recycle. It does just go to show you that it really, really is a simple method that works. I have no other phrase for you than it is a simple method that works. All you got to do is just be patient, because realistically, eventually you will hit something. Like it's not even like the law of averages. You just will. I mean, technically that could be the law of averages, right? You know what? I don't know. I haven't been at school for like 10 years. But realistically, this method is inevitably going to give you something. I missed out on Campbell. It's inevitably going to give you something, because realistically, if you open unlimited picks and packs, if you just keep opening what you get back and keep submitting what you get back, eventually you'll hit something. And you might have seen it if you were in the stream when I did it, when it happened. I have a 99 Neymar sat in my club there. That was actually from an 88 exchange pack, which in itself is ridiculously lucky. From a 27 player pack, I got myself one of the most sought after cards in the game. But I would honestly say that most people could end up packing themselves at least one of the top FUTTIES promo cards if you're just consistent with this. Yesterday on stream, we were opening up a bunch of picks and packs for viewers and stuff. We managed to get I think it was 3 of the Zidane cards across yesterday's stream. People, packing. We got like 2 or 3 Schneiders for people. It really just is a matter. Oh, I took the same player. I'm such a fool. It really is just a matter of eventually you will hit something. And this method just allows for that to happen. Because if you're able to do anything an infinite amount of times, eventually it will pay dividends. You will get rewarded for your patience, and that kind of just is it. That is the method. I'd love to say there's something more extravagant or clever or mind-boggling, but it is as simple as that. Make sure you've got an exchange rated player or 2 in your club, which you again can attain by doing your daily plays, your daily logins, your daily SBCs, all of that good stuff. Or make sure you've got enough low rated fodder to make a handful of player picks. As you guys saw, I opened 3 and got very lucky to get 3 walkouts. It's not always going to happen that way. Since then, we haven't packed a walkout. We did just get ourselves an exchange Oberdorf there, which is helpful. Again, it's an 85. It's not one of the best ones, but it's helpful. He's actually tradable, so I'll send him up and probably quick sell him. But all you need to do is make sure you have one of those 2 things, both of which are very attainable and easy to do. Absolute worst case scenario, if you've got literally nothing in your club, spend a couple of days playing Div Rivals, doing squad battles, doing your FUT champs, because you get packs from all of those things and you'll get those to open up and it will give you that low rated beginner fodder. It really is straightforward and simple like that. There is no, in my opinion, there is no excuse that I can think of to say this method isn't actually attainable or doable for you unless you do it wrong. Like that's kind of the only thing I can think of that would be any reason you wouldn't actually be able to do this, because there's plenty of opportunity to have either enough fodder to make a couple of player picks, or to get hold of a walkout or two or exchange rated player or two and open some exchanges. It really is very, very straightforward. What we'll do is we'll round this up opening these 3 last player picks here, and we'll see if we get anywhere near as lucky as those first 3 that we opened. But I am not holding my breath. I'm not expecting to get that lucky with them, because like I say, that was a very exaggerated example of how well this can work out for you. But let's see if in these last 3 we get anything to round off the video. If you did enjoy today's video, please do leave a like on it. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. Let me know in the comments down below the best thing you have got from this method as we get ourselves a 95 soul share, just to round things off there, just to give us a big old fat dub to end this video off. And again, make sure you check out the links down below with a 90 Pedro borrow as well. Check out the links down below in the pillar link. Links to all our socials. As I was mentioning, I was streaming. We stream over on Twitch and TikTok. Links to both are down below. Also, check out the channel sponsors in U7 Buy. Get yourself the cheapest and most reliable foot coins, and we will hopefully still be partnered with them in FC25, so keep your eyes peeled for as and when that comes around as well. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.